Hey, what's happening everyone? Welcome back to the channel for a deck profile today where I want to go over what I've been working on for Draco Tail. I just took Draco Tail to a regional last week. I didn't do that great, went 4-4. I took basically Jesse Cotton's list from Vancouver, which was the pure version with Cartesia as the tech card. And it was fine. I feel like, well, first of all, it was my literal first game ever playing the deck was round 1. So I had zero experience going into it and didn't really know too much about what I was doing. So 4-4, hey, not bad for the very first time playing the deck like totally blind. Okay, but I wanted to do something different. I want to do something different going forward. So I picked up the K9 cards. I think the package is just too good not to play, so I want to at least give it a try and show you where I'm at with that. But I am playing a tech card in this version that I think is really cool. It's a card that has literally never seen competitive play, and I want to try it out, and I want to try it out going forward when I play this deck and see how it goes. It's going to be a little bit of a weird list, probably one that you haven't seen before necessarily. A lot of normal cards, but also we're going over 40 in this list. We're playing some interesting techs, so let's go ahead and go through it, and I want to talk through a little bit of the theory about, you know, how I ended up here and where we're at and stuff like that, okay? So, starting off with our main deck here, as usual, we have our Draco Tail package, and we're almost maxing out on the Draco Tail cards. So we have 3 Lucius, of course, it's your go-to normal summon. It searches a Draco Tail monster. Then we have 3 Fiendsmith, which is going to be your quick effect fuse hand trap thing. And then we have 3 copies of Malulu, very standard normal summon, or you know, it's a fusion on board. And then we have 3 copies of Pan, so we're going to continue on with the Jesse Cotton strategy of 3 copies of Pan. And one reason for this is, yeah, it's really good for breaking boards, and 2, it's really good, or we need more names in our deck because we're going over 40. And one of the problems that you might have if you go over 40 is just having ways to fuse but no Draco Tail monsters in hand, or you know, you need Draco Tail names to start. So we're going to be playing almost maxed out, and when I say almost, this is where we're not. We're just playing 2 Urgula. So 3, 3, 3, 3, and 2 for the Draco Tail names. We'll see post Doom and Dimensions, or whatever, whatever that set name is, after we get the new Draco Tail monster. If we want to like change up the ratios, we'll get to that later. But for now, we're almost going to max out on every name we have. And then we have our standard 3 Ketu, 3 Rahu, and 1 of each trap. I thought about for a second playing more of the traps, or maybe like 2 Flame, 1 Horn, or something like that. But for now, we're just going to play 1 and 1 and see where that takes us. You know, because if we're going over 40, you're not going to see them as much, and therefore they won't brick you as much if you try to play more than 1. And if they ash your second one, you have a third one to try to keep your grind game up. So I don't know, but we're gonna stick to the standard for now. So that's our Draco Tail lineup. That's 22 cards or something like that. Here we go, and now we have our K9 engine. So for the K9 cards, I'm gonna be playing the standard monster lineup with 3 Izuna, 1 Lupus, and this is gonna be like our first hand trap, by the way. And then we're also going to have 3 Jokel, 1 Lantern. I am choosing not to play the spell cards in this deck for now. I might realize that's a bad idea, but for now we're just going to roll with just the monsters. And that is basically like the Draco Tail way, is to just play minimal spells and traps in your hand. You always need monsters in your hand to be able to fuse. And even though we have K9 cards in here, still, the core of the deck is the Draco Tail engine, so we need monsters in our hand at all times. But this is just not enough level 5s to play, so let's go ahead and talk about our other level 5s. For now, we're going to start with 3 Shaddoll Beast. You know, it's a great fusion material. We're going to fuse with it, draw a card, bounce it back with the Arthalion, and then, you know, have it in hand to use with Jokel. So we have that going for us. So it's kind of like a double use card. And this is not, you know, unusual. But here is my tech card of the deck. I haven't tested this yet in game, but I've done like a lot of test hands with it, and it feels really nice, and I want to talk through the theory. So my personal tech card is going to be Amazoness War Chief, and then 1 copy of Polymerization. So let me read this card for you guys because it's never seen play before. It's a level 5 monster, first of all, so fantastic. And then it says, if you control no monsters or only Amazoness monsters, you can special this card from your hand. So just like Kashtira Fenrir, basically. And then it says, if this card is normal or special, you can set one Amazoness spell trap or one polymerization directly from your deck. Unfortunately, it also has this restriction. You know, if you do that effect, you can only attack with Amazoness monsters for the rest of the turn. Okay, so basically, this card is a... If we're going first, right, we special summon this and we set Poly from our deck, and we have a monster on board and a way to fuse, which is going to be really nice. Or even if we just summon this out with Jokel, we'll still get that effect, so we'll be able to set Poly. And one of the biggest problems with Draco Tail is just not having enough ways to fuse. So this is going to be kind of a bonus. It's basically a replacement for King of the Swamp, except it's a level 5 monster and it sticks on board. Like King of the Swamp, you discard to get Poly. This one will just summon itself out and get Poly, so you'll still keep a monster on the board, which is going to be kind of nice. Another thing I really like about this is when you're going second and you just start with this card, you special it, set Poly, you are immediately threatening Guardian Chimera. Like, we already have our monster on board, and if we can just activate that Poly right away and drop a Guardian Chimera on our opponent, that's going to be really good in breaking boards. The prevention from attacking is kind of tough, but this deck is so grindy that I think, like, you can build your own board and then go attack for game on turn 4, I guess, in that case. But yeah, this is a card I want to test out. I just wanted another level 5 name to have the ratio better, and it works with both the K9 engine and the Draco Tail engine because of its effect to set Poly. So this is a card I want to try out. I'm going to get a 3rd copy as well, and I might play 3 of this and 2 Beast, but I'm going to mess with the ratios a little bit, but for now, this is where I'm at. For the rest of the deck, it's just hand traps. It's not that many. We're just playing 3 Fuolos, 3 Nibiru, and 3 Ash. I might even change this, like, Ash to, like, Perulia or something like that. But, basically, I don't really like hand traps that much this format where, you know, and especially in this deck, I don't like just discarding cards and losing monsters out of my hand unless they're, like, super high impact. Like, Fulos will replace itself, Nibiru stays on board and is really high impact, and then Ash is just very versatile, so I don't mind having it. But like cards like Valor and Ghost Ogre, just not that great in my opinion. And then there's also Perulia. I might just swap Ash out for Perulia, we'll see, or just add Perulias in to the main deck. Perulia would be in my side, obviously, but yeah, I'm not sure. We're gonna see where the hand traps take us, but this is 45 cards right here. This is a 45 card list, and I don't really want to add Perulias, make it 48. That'd be kind of weird, but maybe I could. But basically, our hand traps are 3 Izuna and then the other 9. So we have a 12 hand trap lineup, plus just a ton of engine. And I don't really feel that bad at not playing hand traps in this deck, like not playing a lot, because this deck is just so good at going second, breaking boards. If you can get into, if you have Ketu, first of all, Ketu is incredible. Rahu will get you to Ketu. Poly will get you to all that too as well. So this deck is really nice at board breaking. So even if you don't hand trap your opponent to death, just your engine should be able to push through well enough. All right, and now for the extra deck. It's mostly kind of figured out, but I think there's one tech slot where I also want to test some more. So we have our Draco Tail names. We're just playing 3 Arthalion and then 1 Gulamel. The extra deck space is a little bit tight because of the K9 package, so we're only going to be playing just the 1 Gulamel for space. And then 1 Guardian Chimera. I already talked about like how I really like just threatening Guardian Chimera right off the bat. And then we're going to try out the 1 Winda. I'm not sure if it's going to be necessary or if it's going to come up enough, but just having the Winda here as an option is going to be kind of nice. So we're going to play the 1 Winda. And then we have Mysterion. So this is the tech slot. You can play Mysterion here, you can play Secretarion here, or you can play Cross Sheep here. But there's only room for one of those, so I think Mysterion is the one that comes up the most for me, or it came up the most for me at the regional at least, so I'm going to leave that in. I like having a little bit more fusion flexibility because the deck is so based around fusion summoning that I think I want a fusion monster here, and Cross Sheep is kind of niche, and Secretarion it's okay, like we could play Secretarion there, we'll see. Our linked monsters are just going to be Spirit, Seals, and SP. our standard here. Nothing too out of the ordinary about that. And then the rest of our space is going to be Xyz monsters. So we're just going to have the one Ripper, the one Valon, the Nash, and the 104, and then we have the Typhon. So Typhon is another flex spot, but I think it is really nice the play with Lupus, where Lupus can just summon Typhon on top of itself, and that could be really clutch. And then just generally good at breaking boards. Of course, you know what Typhon does, but Typhon and Mysterion are the two flex spots, and you can swap these out for stuff like I said, Cross Sheep or Secretarion, or another rank 5 like Hound if you wanted to, or like another Gulamel, Philia Regis. If you want to play the quick play, that's where Werewolf would go. But yeah, this is what my top 15 is right now. I think there's 15, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think of this going forward. And I'm going to test this out. I'm going to do some testing with this deck, and this is probably what I'm going to bring to locals next time I go. I think it's cool. Just like no one is going to see Amazoness War Chief coming, except all the guys that watch this video. But I think it's going to be kind of neat. I really want to take advantage of these K9 cards because I have them now, and I think they're just really awesome and fun to play with. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this list. Let me know what you guys have been teching into your Dracotail list. Anything interesting, anything fun that you want to bring to my attention. I'm all ears because I really love this Dracotail deck, and I really want to try kind of messing around with you know, different ideas, different options, because it's the least solved of the Justice Hunters decks, and therefore you might as well, let's try this. Like, I'm not bringing this to a YCS, I'm bringing it to locals. So let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one.